now listening to Back2Back Hip Hop. You are now listening to Back2Back Hip Hop.
What's up, everybody? I'm Andy Alessio, and welcome to the latest edition of the Back2Back Hip Hop podcast. On Skype with me is Florida artist Fukkit. So, dude, how you doing?
You already know, man. I'm good, man. I'm good. Just doing me. You already know, making music, focusing on what I need to.
Dude, right on, man. Let me tell you, I've been hella excited since you've reached out to make this happen, and now it's here, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I've been peeping the interviews and shit, and I thought, you know, fuck it, why not, bro? Let's go with that. No pun intended. That was the corniest shit ever.
Dude, that was hella corny.
Yeah, I wasn't even trying there. It was just natural. Yeah, it sucks now because every time I say that, there's like the whole pun thing, and it's ridiculous. But now I gotta focus on not saying that. No worries though.
So on September 17th, you tweeted, transform, evolve, etc. It's a necessity now. So going off that, I mean, you even tweeted more recently that it's time to reawaken the beast. So what makes you feel that, one, the beast fell asleep, and how have you evolved and transformed as both a person and an artist in order to reawaken the beast?
Damn, man, you coming with the big ones, all right. So basically, I feel like as of lately, a lot of shit that I've been putting out, it obviously gets it gets its response, and I love all my fans. I love the response I get from my music. I love the plays. I love like what I can do with my music and how I can connect with people and shit and etc. But I just feel like right now I'm one of the most overlooked artists in this entire fucking whatever, this whole thing, whatever you want to call it, whether it's the underground, whether it's music. I mean, let's not talk about music. Let's just talk about underground rap in general. I just feel like right now people are overlooking shit and they're not ready for what I'm about to become and what I'm becoming, and it's that simple.
What makes you think that you feel overlooked? Because I know that you have a hard time, and well, a lot of people do, when it comes to the mediocrity that this industry promotes. I mean, so many people settle for being mediocre, and you're far from that. So do you feel that's a reason why you could be overlooked in a way?
I mean, yeah, if you just look at the wave right now, I mean, no question, mediocrity is a trend. It's a wave. The simplicity in being minimal is appreciated, and I appreciate that myself. You know, I listen to a lot of the music that, you know, you guys listen to and my fans listen to and shit like that, but I also listen to other music, and I just don't fuck with a lot of this bullshit that people are putting out, and it's all like fun shit, you know what I mean? Like it's cool to be an artist, but there's times where shit, like, you know, it's not all fun. It's that simple, you know what I'm saying? It's not all about making fun music. Like, you want to have fun, that's cool, but I'm here to talk about me and what I go through and shit and express myself. Like, that's not going to be always fun. It's that simple. And I'm trying to be an authentic fucking artist. I'm not just trying to bullshit, write a gimmick, and call myself a little shithead. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bullshit. But it is what it is. Like, I do appreciate people making music that way. It's fun. It's simple, and people like it and shit. It's just not me. And I feel like I see a lot of people that do that shit that are fucking stars. and that's not a problem with me, honestly. It's just, I just don't agree with the fact that I'm here, they're there. It's bullshit, but it is what it is. I don't really care about it, man. I'm coming up the way I gotta come up. It's that simple.
Well, I think you said it too. What really sets you, as well as, I mean, just Midnight apart in general, is that you're authentic. And I mean, you've said it best relating to yourself in that, you know, what makes you stand out is you've put your heart, your mind, and energy completely in this. And I can't say that everyone else who's involved in the music game has.
Yeah, exactly. I feel the same way about that as well.
When I first read the tweets of transform and evolve, or it's time to reawaken the beast, the first kind of assumption that I got was that you felt that you yourself fell into that trap of mediocrity, or that you were getting to a point that you didn't like of where you were going as an artist.
Well, it's not that I don't necessarily like where I'm going as an artist, but the current like position and situation I'm in doesn't allow me necessarily like to branch out and be that artist that I want to be right now. Like I still got to set up, like I'm still recording on like shit equipment. Like I'm not recording in a studio. I'm recording in a room. You feel me? With no shield, no mic shield, like that type of shit. Like we're doing this like very, you know, home base, very simple. It's real, like it's not, I'm not spending extremes amount of money on fucking studio equipment and shit like that. So we have to put all this shit together ourselves, and that's just the way it is. Like that's just the way it is for us. It's real simple.
Well, like based off, I mean, the quality of music you release, I never would have thought that you would have be using like such a simple setup like the way I am, where I literally just have my mic hooked up to my laptop and my laptop records this conversation.
Yeah, I mean, as far as that, like, don't get me wrong, I have an interface and shit, so it's a little bit different, but as far as the equipment goes, it's not the best equipment, and I feel like my music isn't mediocre, but it's definitely not what it can be. You're not seeing the extent of me, you're not seeing the greatest of me, you're not seeing the utmost potential of who I'm, like, becoming. It's that simple, and that's why I mean, like, right now it's a necessity to transform because I feel like I'm in the biggest moment of my career, no question. And all I'm doing is putting out, you know, what I would consider quality. But that's not enough. And I'm going to keep going, and I don't care about quality. I want to be the best. It's that simple. I don't care if people don't think I'm the best, you know what I mean? I want to be the best to me.
I think what you just said fits perfectly with a tweet that you retweeted on your Twitter that says, never be satisfied or get too comfortable. Ambition is what drives the artist. When your ambition dies, you die with it. So just from talking to you already, one, I can tell that your ambition's never going to die solely because your passion is so evident, as well as the fact that despite the plays and fans you already have, you're never going to get comfortable with the situation that you're in. And because of that alone, man, you have my respect so much.
Yeah, man. I'm just not complacent, you know what I mean? I'm not with the like, to reference MC Ride from fucking Death Grips, we're not with the lateral movement. So it's not with the stepping side to side. Like, we're just focused on getting better, evolving, like doing different shit. It's not this bullshit that people think it is. Like, it's not just SoundCloud rap, whatever you want to call that. You know what I mean? It's not just trap metal, whatever you want to call that. It's not just whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? You know what they say.
Oh, dude, absolutely. When I feel like, too, you could never be classified as, you know, just a mediocre SoundCloud rapper because of your wordplay, man. Let me tell you, so many people have told me that you're a lyrical god, and Kamiyada himself has told me that you out-rap him.
Honestly, bro, I appreciate Commie, man. Shout out him, man. I appreciate all the compliments, man. I'm just humble about it. Like, thank you. Like, I appreciate it, man. I focus on that lyrical shit. Like, I like that. I've always listened to rap music for what's being said and not necessarily, you know, the swag or whatever the fuck niggas want to call it now. You feel me? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, honestly. Lyrical shit. That's what I fuck with. I mean, I fuck with non-lyrical shit, but lyrical shit is where I come from. You understand what I'm saying?
So is that why you're extremely inspired by MF Doom?
Come on, man. Yes, man. That's the GOAT, bro. The fucking GOAT. Whatever you want to... Bro, the best. The greatest underground artist of all time. It's that simple. No question, in my opinion.
Dude, I could not agree more. But how did your wordplay evolve to what it is now?
I mean, honestly, I wasn't always a rapper type shit. Obviously, you know, you start off, like, as a jit. You're not fucking, you know, just spitting fucking rhymes and shit. So as I'm listening to music and shit, probably around, I'll say I was probably like 10 years, older. I was probably like 13, around there. I started kind of just getting into writing. Like, I used to listen to music and fucking hear the lyrics and shit and like try to use some of their lyrics and then form like my own fucking song out of that and like change it up and like do my own thing out of that and figure out, I was just like playing with it. You get me? That was just like, as a child, like as a kid, just fucking around with the idea of writing in an artistic format. And basically, you know, I didn't really do too much of that like poetry type shit. That wasn't really me. But I really did like music. I loved Eminem, listening to Eminem as a kid with my uncle and shit. So that was one of the main things. I feel like Eminem and Doom, big inspirations, just got me fucking writing, just got me thinking about rapping, like, and inspiring and shit. And that's what pretty much drove me to become this. Like, here we are. Like, that's pretty much all I can say.
Dude, and what I love is you even fuck around with your wordplay on Twitter when you just tweet out random shit, and then after you tweet out the lyric, you come up with an explanation to show what it meant. So, like, my favorite, because I love baseball, and it's tried to switch my pitch. I'm waiting for that day they say I change up. Like, such a simple line. But, I mean, if you really look into it, once again, it all comes down just to the importance of transforming and evolving. And if you take that into baseball, you can't just throw one pitch the whole time and expect to be successful.
That's my exact point from that line. Niggas think I'm just rhyming words to words. These things mean things. You understand what I'm saying? That's my exact point about this, like, non-lyrical shit. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's like, what does it mean? And then you think about it, ultimately, you come to the conclusion, oh, wait, it means nothing. This is all bullshit. Typically. That's it, pretty much. That's all I can say about it.
Well, people have to remember, too, that when an artist like Kamiyada is mind blown after getting a verse back from you, that's just so much about your lyricism, man.
Bro, I'm not even trying to speak on that shit. Bro, hey, all love to Commie, man. I love Commie, bro. That's my brother. I respect him. All that competitive shit aside, like, Commie's a great rapper, and it's that simple, man. I love Commie stuff, and rapping is my fucking passion. Like, making music is my passion, but rapping in specific is something that is, like, my focus. Like, people think because I scream on a song that means I'm a fucking trap metal artist. It's like, no, bro, I can do anything. Like, that's the point. You understand what I'm saying? But rapping is my focus. I'm a rapper. It's that simple. I see all these artists that are clearly rappers. That's what they do. Like, trying to play it off as if they're not rappers, because they're too cool to be called a rapper. They got to be called an artist. Like, yeah, bro, you are an artist, but the art you do is rap. Like, it's that simple. Like, whatever form of fucking rap is rap. You're not cool. It's that simple.
Dude, well, obviously you're a rapper, but I think you could also be known as a public executioner. And I know that's what you'd want to do if you weren't rapping. But the thing is through your wordplay, you're executing people so hard, man.
Yeah, sometimes. I feel like, somebody's got to do it. That's pretty much, the axe has been swung and cleaned and fucking the bludgeon's been hammered. You understand what I'm saying? It's bloodied. You know what it is.
Well, at the same time, yeah, you're swinging the hammer, but you're also saving lives. There's a fan who tweeted to you that your music helped him from ending it all.
Hey, Fukkit the martyr. That's all I can say about that. But hey, that honestly, like, all bullshit aside, like, that is amazing to me. Like, I never thought that I would be able to reach a person in that way. Like, I never even thought that my music was gonna be therapeutic in that way to people. Like, I feel relieved to know in this fucking world I can offer some type of, like, peace or direction or fucking anything, guidance, whatever it is. Whatever people find out of it.
I know in the past you've said that you just hope that you're around long enough to pave the way for a change and make a grander impact than just likes and comments. And from that message alone, man, you're already doing that whether you realize it or not.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, like, I'm not trying to do this simple shit. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do something with this.
Now, going back to Commie and Midnight for a second, I've always wondered this. How did you originally link up with Commie?
Honestly, that was on some internet shit, like Twitter type shit. Like, I had first met up with Commie, I think it was on some Twitter shit. He DM'd me and was like, yo, I fucks with you type shit. And I was on the same tip. Like, I hadn't heard, like, a lot of his shit yet, but I had seen his name before. I started just, looking into his music because, like, I was just being open-minded about it. I didn't really know exactly who he was, but I knew that, a familiar name. I just checked it out, and I fucked with his shit, and I was just thinking, like, okay, this is a fucking cool artist that I see him and me, like, I can even see, like, just upon, like, first hearing him, I could already hear, like, how I would be a nice fit to, like, his sound. Like, just thinking about that whole sound in general, like, him doing his sound and my sound, being something that you could compare to it, whatever you want to call it, the dark trap, whatever the fuck you want to call it, like, us both just being, like, artists that would fit with that and shit. And basically that's how the whole Midnight thing started. Like, he kind of, I guess he saw that in me and pretty much asked me to come and be a part of it. And it was it from there. I just thought about it for a little bit, and I was cool, and now I'm in Midnight, and that's gang. You already know.
So how has Commie and Midnight in general, how has that collective helped you further transform and evolve?
Oh man, I mean, honestly, bro, I mean, I really feel as though like I never really felt before as though I had anybody in this music scene that I could really like fuck with and trust on a personal level. But now at this point, like, you know, Midnight Society basically feels like, you know, along with what we've been able to do musically, they feel like, you know, like they're my homies, they're my family type shit. Like I have people that give a fuck about me. So that's the most important thing first and foremost, I feel like. And I mean, I've you know me and Kami have done some features. I've done some work with some of the producers in Midnight Society and stuff. You know, I have this shit with Dutch and Sake that we made in LA. I had that LA show with them with Midnight. You know, partially, I mean, mainly because of Midnight, they set up the show and shit. So I've had a lot of opportunities just being in the group and just my name getting out there with Midnight, with the way shit's been going lately with you know our music and the expansion and the new following.
Dude, it's crazy because every member that I've talked to of Midnight so far stresses the family aspect. And I mean, dude, from that alone, like, you guys really are a tight-knit fucking family. And, like, that's so easy to appreciate because you don't see that in music, let alone rap, very often.
Yeah, bro. I mean, a lot of people in this industry, like, anybody's going to tell you, but a lot of people in this industry are very snaky, very, I don't even want to use that word. That's so fucking gross. That was corny. But, bro, they're you know how it is, man. You can't trust a lot of these artists. A lot of these artists that people love and think are great are not people I would, sit in a room with comfortably. I don't trust these people. A lot of these people are extremely shady, extremely. Let's not even get into the shit that I've seen in this fucking industry, bro. But this is where I work. That's how I see it. This is where I work. Like, I just feel like I work at a bad middle school or high school. That's what the SoundCloud universe feels like, actually. Like I'm a high school teacher or something.
Dude, that's the best analogy I've ever heard to describe that.
Yeah, I just gotta. These are the students, bro.
Dude, what I love about you, first of all, is you're so humble and you're so modest, and you just seem hella mature as an artist, but more importantly as a person.
Oh, I appreciate that, bro. I mean, honestly, I think I'm fucking immature, but I appreciate that shit. Like, I feel like I'm 20 years old now. I still feel like a kid, but at the same time, I know I'm not a kid. Like, I got to fucking like bust my ass type shit. I'm an adult at this point, bro. 1 year, I'm fucking legal to do this drinking bullshit, which means nothing. And it's like, I'm growing up. I'm not a fucking jit. I can still remember all the fucking times as a kid doing this music shit, having fun, like being like 17, recording, like freestyling in the closet type shit, like with the homies and shit, and fucking getting high and freestyling and shit. Now it's not like that. Now it's like, you better go to the studio and go put out a banger right now. Like, and that's me talking to myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's that added pressure that you put on yourself that can make things, I mean, a little more difficult than it should be. I do that all the time with, I mean, just doing this right now. It's like every interview has to be as best as it can be in order to set up the next one.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's always that feeling of like, oh, I gotta do this right, but at the same time, I feel like that has limited me for so long. So now I'm starting more to like let go. Like, I care, but I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, to some extent I care what I say, to another extent I don't really care what I say. You know what I mean? Like, at this point, like, I'm very, very, neutral, just trying to not fluctuate my energy, just trying to be on a good energy, just stay like focused and not get like caught up in all the bullshit. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's transforming and evolving at its best right there.
Yeah, I guess so, bro.
So you talk about feeling immature, and I have to say, when I texted my girlfriend saying that I was going to interview an artist by the name of Fukkit, all she did was send me a face palm emoji. But, so, besides the name Fukkit, why do you feel immature, and how did that name come to be?
Oh my god, this story, man. I knew I was gonna have to tell this story sometime. So listen, bro. Oh my god. All right, so basically, I'm a mature guy. I'm a very fucking, like, my mood's very swingy. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like I'm in a good mood, and then sometimes I just get kind of pissed off. So basically, you know, when I'm in a good mood, I'm playful, I'm chill. You know, when I'm in a bad mood, I'm more serious, I'm more, you know what I mean? It's just like anybody. So whole point is, you know, people think I'm like this super serious guy. Like I'm not. I'm very like down to earth and a light person. But I mean, I'll if I have to like, you know, let's not even get into that. But the whole point is like people think I'm this serious guy or whatever, and I'm really I'm just a fun dude. Like I mean, I'm kind of uptight actually, to be honest. I'm fun, but I'm a little bit. There's problems, but the whole point is, you know, I'm immature, but I have my moments where I gotta be serious, and I gotta be serious, and I have my moments where I have fun.
The fact that you're trying to pursue this, there is going to be times where you're uptight and you take it a little serious, and like people understand that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Like, especially when, you know, this is the biggest thing for me. Like, this is my life. You know what I mean? So, to some people, it's a joke, and that's fine. You know, that's a joke to you, but to me, it's not a joke. So, watch how you approach the situation. You understand what I'm saying? It's that simple, because what you think is a joke, another person could think is like the most disrespectful shit they ever heard in their life, which is something that, you know, not to talk about our generation, but, you know, in this time, nobody gives a fuck what they say anymore because of the internet and shit like that, which is cool. Say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Some people are going to perceive things differently than you are. It's not always jokes for some people and shit, and that's why I take this shit so seriously. This music is my fucking life. You want to make a joke out of my life? Ha ha ha, let's make a meme. But we already did that with 30.
Dude, so I went back on YouTube today and listened to 30, and all of the 30 comments I just glanced at briefly were all meme related, man.
They're so fucking...
Bro, I feel you, man. I feel you. But you didn't tell me the story.
So basically, this is all true stories, not some made up bullshit. No cameras, lights, action, whatever. None of that bullshit. This is all real. This is basically, before I was rapping, like I said, I was writing, and I was doing that for a long time. I had never really had access to, like, you know, recording equipment. I didn't like have the money, or I didn't know the people, or whatever the situation was. Like, you know what I mean? I couldn't really get recording equipment. I didn't really have a computer as a kid, and as a teenager that often, you know what I mean? Like I had a laptop, but it was really shitty. So I never really did the recording thing on my own, but I was always kind of practicing music, and that was why basically when I was first, I would freestyle with my friends and shit, and everybody would notice like, oh, like you're pretty good type shit, like you kind of have potential or whatever. And I had never had the opportunity to record until one day I went to a friend's house, and that was where I actually met Sabino, because he was a mutual friend of that guy. So the whole point is I met Sabino there, and Sabino was actually, a lot of people don't know this, but Sabino actually was a rapper before I was a rapper. He had a microphone and shit. He was rapping as like a kid, like as not a fucking kid, but preteen, like, you know, 13, 14, rapping like funny ass, like Odd Future inspired shit. So basically, whole point is, once I met Sabino, we had got to know each other. We set up this date at one of my boys' cribs to just record on his mic, and we just set it up in his closet, and I freestyled on the MF Doom grinder beat, and I literally just did a freestyle on that, and I had recorded it on GarageBand. So I was just like, all right, what do we do with this? Like, I kind of want to be a rapper, but I don't have the equipment. But oh wait, I just recorded. Can this be something that I can start doing? And just thinking about that, and I was like, oh shit, okay, wait, I'm friends with all these people type shit. I'm good. We can just fucking set this up. I started recording, you know, more frequently. But whole point is, not to go off on a tangent, my bad. Whole point is, so I recorded that MF Doom grinder freestyle, and basically I was like, okay, so this is gonna be my first shit. It's bullshit. It's just a freestyle, but I'm gonna put it out, and this is just gonna be my first thing. And I had to come up with a name, because I had a SoundCloud account, but just for listening purposes. Like, I wasn't an artist yet, obviously. So I set up like basically an artist form on my account, but I had no name. So we were there pondering names for an hour, for no, not an hour, but for some time, just like pondering names, like, oh, like, what are you gonna call yourself and shit. And what ended up happening is we all were talking. People, you know, came up with a couple suggestions, but they were all like, I was like, nah, we weren't really feeling them. So I got to the point. Well, which, by the way, we were super zooted throughout this whole thing. We had smoked probably like 4 or 5 blunts before this, so it was just like this really stupid kiddie thing. Like, I was just like, like all, just having fun. It was like completely genuine, just having fun, just freestyling. And basically, I just thought to myself, in my brain, I was just zooted, and I just thought to myself, you know what, fuck it. And I said it aloud. I was like, fuck it. And then my boy's like, yeah, bro, fuck it. We'll just think of it another time or whatever. I'm like, no, 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 no. Fuck it's gonna be my name. Like I just thought of this right now in my head. Fuck it's gonna be my name with two Ks. And he's like, he literally, I remember this was Brandon, by the way. Brando, people know Brando now, but yeah, Brando. Brando tells me, are you serious? And I told him, I'm like, yeah, bro, that's my name. I swear to God, it's fucking now. That's it. He's like, oh shit, okay, I guess, bro. And then boom, I put it out as fuck it. And yeah, that was the first song I had ever recorded officially. A freestyle on MF Doom's Meat Grinder.
Dude, I love that. And I feel like that's literally, that name is so perfect for you too, as you continue to develop this carefree attitude and not giving a fuck about what other people think.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I've been, I put a lot of pressure on myself, but I don't really care anymore about what everybody else thinks. At this point, it's about what makes me happy. You know what I mean? Like, when you're younger, you kind of care about your reputation. You kind of care about, I mean, obviously I still care about my reputation, but you care more about that shit. And I don't really care anymore about any of this shit. You know what I mean? I know I'm here, and I know that I'm coming to take everything that I dreamed of. It's that simple.
Dude, and that mentality alone is what's going to set you apart and what's going to help you achieve that. For real. I mean, like, it's so hard to come up with that mentality and to live through it. And I mean, like, you clearly are.
Yeah, man. No matter what hardships I'm going through, I always have to push myself to think that way, to think like, I am who I believe I am, and I am who I'm becoming. You know what I mean? That I'm on my way, I'm on my journey. This is a fucking hole in the middle of this is a bridge that just got, that I got to cross over, but I'm going to cross over that, and I'm going to get over all these bridges to get where I need to go. You know what I mean? That's more important than this shit. And focusing on all this shit. And I feel like, that's one of the best ways to live life in general. That's where this nihilistic ideology comes from and shit.
So what's next for you on this journey?
Bro, you already know, man. Non-stop music, non-stop new shit. Trying to do as many shows as possible. Trying to do as many videos as possible. Trying to do as much. Everything, bro. Everything. I'm fully committed to making sure this shit is going the way it's supposed to go. All of it. Everything. Dude,
I love it, man. I mean, just like I said, I mean, previously, I mean, through this conversation alone, like, you can sense that, man. Like, you're on the way, and just you're transforming and evolving, like, as we speak. I hope you realize that. I can be corny too, as corny as that sounds.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. Yeah, man. I feel like, this is that time, more than ever.
Dude, for real, man. Well, fuck it. Dude, thank you so much for coming on here. I so appreciate this. I love this conversation.
Bro, I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me. You already know all my fans. I love you, bro. I love all y'all. Every single one of you. I appreciate all the listens. I appreciate anybody listening to this. Thank you. And, keep fucking with my shit. More coming. You already know what I'm coming to do, boy. It's a boy, Fuckstar, coming to do this shit. Coming to fucking take this shit. You already know what's good.
Dude, that was such a fucking sweet outro. Well, guys, follow Fukkit on Twitter at Fukkit. That's spelled FUKKIT _. Check him out on SoundCloud as well. Follow Nick and I on SoundCloud, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Back2BackHipHop. Thank you so much for listening. Peace out.